All right, I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada with fan favorite Wally Palmer. Wally, how you doing today?
Feeling good.
All right, man. All right.
Get on this bike and do some work.
Do some work. Now, tell me a little bit about what you're riding here.
Riding a new prototype bike. It's the first one made. It's a Christini bike. It's basically we just put a gas motor in the Christini frame with KTM forks, Wally's. Then basically 300 motor, two-stroke.
So now, Wally, what's your plan going into tonight?
Well, finally we just took us all races to get the thing figured out. With we got a new tank on there, so it's a little shorter, so I don't hit my nuts anymore. Fiber tank.
So this bike is one off right here.
Yeah, it's the first one. This tank, we got this made the other day.
Okay, really?
We made it. Took them a couple days. We got a cut seat. Finally got a cut seat on there.
It's for the stature, for the height issue there.
Tall people. Trying to get the throttle figured out. We got some play in it now.
Perfect.
So we did a bunch of changes to it.
Perfect. Let's see if I can sneak Steve Christini over here to break down a little bit of this. So Steve.
All right.
Now you speak in more of a language that I think most people can understand, like our friend Wally here.
The tech stuff? Is that what you want me to talk about here?
So yeah, so tell me a little bit about this bike. You said it's got a gas motor.
Right. So this is actually this is pre-production, but this is set up just like our production 300 Christini, which is actually MSO'd in the U.S. So it's being built in the U.S., assembled here. The frame is based off the geometry of similar to a Honda geometry, but it's actually our frame. We're using Paoli suspension, a gas 300 engine, and we're using the same FMF exhaust, hydraulic clutch that the gas 300 uses. So basically what we're doing is we're taking a bunch of pretty solid platform parts, putting it together into our all-wheel drive production bike. So this is going to be one of our 3 models, which we also have a 450 and a 450 dual sport model. And they're all really reasonably priced compared to all the other production bikes out there. So from a tech standpoint, a lot of people know about how this works, but I'll give a quick overview. You essentially have the drive system that comes off the countershaft sprocket underneath this chain, which Wally has graciously beat up a little bit this year. But there's a gearbox that goes behind the chains. There's a drive shaft, goes up into the head tube. Inside there's a torque limiting clutch that keeps the front and rear from overload. And once the drive system gets into the head tube, there's a drive gear on the bottom, one on the top. What they do is they counter-rotate and go down into 2 step-over chains, one on the top and one on the bottom. They're basically like a large timing change. They actually drive the system forward and reverse. And I'm going to try to spin this for you so you can see it. So you move in here. So you've got to engage it. There is an engagement mechanism here.
So you can actually turn the system on and off.
Turn it on and off. Normally the switch is up on the handlebars, but we have it down underneath so that it doesn't get ripped off.
So as that spins, you can actually see the front wheel grabbing as well.
And you can see the drive shafts in the front. There's 2 counter-rotating drive shafts up there. And there's a reason for that other than just because it's power transfer. It's actually to balance out the reaction force. It'd be similar if you had the drive shaft on one side. It'd be very similar to actually having on an all-wheel drive car like a flat tire or something. It would really pull it one way or the other.
Interesting.
So the drive system goes down and into 2 axle clamps that actually act as gearboxes. So there's actually a gearing system inside the axle clamp. Inside the front hub, you can see that the front hub, it actually freewheels in one direction and drives in the backwards direction.
Wow.
So that allows the drive system to actually be an all-wheel drive system. It runs at 65% ratio. And what that does is you actually are rear-wheel drive until the rear slips, and then it transfers a percentage of the power to the front wheel. So that gives you not only better traction from the rear, but also it'll transfer power to the front with this traction. So that's why Wally does so well out there, you know?
That's all right. Heck yeah. Well, thank you so much, Steve, for breaking this down, man. I'm definitely, this is pretty cool. We're going to be rooting for Wally. Wally, thanks for your time, buddy. Anything else you want to say? Any sponsors you want to thank?
Thank Christini, Ugly Goggles. Who else we got on here? We got a whole bunch of them. Loose Racing. We got the Army guys.
Yeah, Army guys.
I heard you guys are doing some stuff with the military.
We just shipped the first 15 to the 82nd Airborne, so they're going over to Afghanistan in December.
That's huge.
And we got the Navy SEALs and the U.S. Border Patrol actually in the process right now. So the U.S. military is going to be using our bikes, and they're using it because it's actually just an easier bike to ride. For a lot of those guys are novice riders, so even though we have benefits for pro riders too, it just makes it easy for those guys. So,
absolutely. So supporting the military, man,
That's
guys. Christini, thank you so much for your time, and you guys have fun out there. Good luck, Wally.
All right.
All right.